welcome to this training today. My name is Patrick, and I am so excited to have you here today. Um, yeah, what are we doing today? We're going to be talking a lot about support and resistance, and I'm sure you all probably have heard about it, and you've probably tried it, you've practiced it, but I'm just going to show you how I approach mine and how I find my support and how I find my resistance. And I've kind of used this for a while, and it's been the results have been good. I can say that. And yeah, let's get into this. All right. I mean I like to start analyzing my charts from most times from the monthly time frame. That kind of gives me kind of bigger view. Like we got from 2003 down to 2021. So it gives me kind of a lot of data to play around with. And over here I'm seeing that this is some sort of a semi head and shoulder, but the daily kind of like gives you an overview of the market trend and shows you that okay, this is what's happening. And so far we're seeing that we're making higher lows and higher highs. So automatically I can already call this a bullish trend. But because we're not gonna just assume and say stuff, so we duck down to the weekly time frame and we can see that this was probably the pandemic when we had the whole coronavirus breakout. We had this massive dip and a massive buyback, and since then, Australian dollar has proved to be really strong. The economy is, proven to be pretty strong, and yeah. So let's say I'm trying to get into the market. I want to find support. I want to find resistance. So I'll take the weekly time frame as my example, and I can say this is So we see the market retest this spot for a bit, and probably this was a bit of a resistance. So if I put this here, I would say we've got a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder. So we broke out of the neckline and we rallied up a little bit, came back to the neckline, bounced back several times, and yeah, nothing happened. So I've seen my support. This is a major support, and this is a major resistance, 80 cents over here. So this was the most recent resistance here. And if you look back to 2017, we had this spike down up, and the market closed below, spiked up, and we had this bearish engulfing pattern. Market closed below that price, and as you can see, tested that price, came back, tested it again, came back again, and it's just obvious that that 80 cents is a very powerful resistance. So I've got a major support, I've got a major resistance on my weekly time frame, and now we can start looking for multiple supports and multiple resistance, how we can get into the market. Most of the time, I like to put my support and resistance on the week, always the weeks, because it gives you, the range and how far the market chopped in or killed a lot of people before the final move started. Just bear with me with my voice because I'm having a little bit of a cold. So while I'm doing this video. So now we can see that moving forward. So we've already exhibited that massive support and massive resistance. And we can come back here and say, okay, this is another support because the market came here, tested here a couple of times, and we didn't get any direction. And this is probably another intermediate support. And I will put it here again. And we see we've had one support, another support, and then I flip to my daily time frame so I can get more data and see if what we've drawn makes sense. So this is the resistance, and that's the support, and that's the support again. And looking at the daily time frame, we can see a lot of candles, like more data to play around with. So looking at here, we can just come down here and say, okay, when the market tried to bounce back, this was a resistance here. So just check. We had this dip, we had this quick sharp rally, and tested this place about twice, and then we had this drop. So this is another resistance here, and this market's still trending so far as we know. Last time we got here in September, we had this pullback, this dip, and then we're going back to that same price again. We're going to see if that would hold or if it would break through. If it breaks through, you wait for a retest. That's what I do. Say it breaks through this price right now, breaks through here. I wait for a retest, and then it comes back and holds on above this price, about 75 cents. Then I'm taking my profit and getting into the trade again. So far, I'm in this trade as we communicate. So this is a demo account that I'm using for this video, but got into the trade at 71 cents. So we've been up 311 points so far. And yeah, let's keep looking for more entries. So I flip to my 4 hour time frame. So I take my trades from an hour, 4 hours. That's where like I kind of focus a lot of time on because yeah, that it's more of a swing trade rather than like waiting for daily candles and stuff. But let's watch this place. We broke out here, we tested this part of the market. That's another support. And now we're looking for more support as we go. So there's another support. This is another support. And this is another support. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of lines. So just so you know, I always like to put it on the wicks. On the wicks. Always know that. And as we go, if you flip back, you're gonna see the market did the same thing a couple of months ago. So now we're hoping the market would pull back here. So this is probably potential sell zone. Sometimes I just come in here on the 1 hour supply and demand zone. That's what I call them. So we're looking at this part as a supply and demand zone. So we don't know if the market will hold below this place, but if the market automatically holds at 75 cents, why would it hold? Because if you look at the daily time frame, sometime in July, this was a major resistance, and we tried to get to that same price again around 75 cents. We pulled back, and now we're trying to test that same price again. It looks to me like a major resistance, and like I said, on the 1 hour, I just come here quickly and I put just some sort of just sort of I call it a supply part of the trade. So um, quickly, I just put it here and drag it to this place. So this is all I do. I know this is a sell zone, and whenever I see something crazy coming around there, I just sell. I mean, as long as the market holds below this place, I am selling that market. As long as we hold below here, I am selling. So I'm just gonna wait if I see it's still trending. Automatically, this is another support because we tested here twice and we've moved forward. And once we get here, I just, keep waiting. And so far, this is a high of the market. Today's high, and this is a live market. So just waiting for if it tests this price and holds here, retest several times, I'm going to get into the trade. And I pull up my fibs, right? So I drag my fibs down here and say, okay, this is where we are at the moment. And these are retracement levels. So if you're pretty used to the Fibonacci retracement, so these are retracement levels that you can get into. You can see, okay, this is a potential resistance. And we know so far this is where we're hoping the market comes to. Sometimes I put like a sell limit here. So if he hits this place and he holds, test once, twice, the third time, I'm getting into the market. So I flip through the 5 minutes just to monitor that trade properly. And I know this is my sell zone. So once we get towards this place and he holds here several times, I get into the trade. That's pretty much what I do, guys. So, it's a pretty straightforward concept. And I will change this pretty quick so see if you can see this. It's a really straightforward concept. There's no two words about it. This is a really phenomenal concept. And I believe that you can begin to try out and see for yourself. But again, just look for support, look for your resistance, look for supply zones, always start from the bigger time frame. If there's a lot of supply and demand in that price point, take advantage of it. And always wait for a retest. A retest is a very big mandatory stuff. So all right, guys, I'll see you by this time next week, Wednesday, and have a good one.